Hello everyone. So in hydrocarbon chapter today we are going to see the physical and chemical properties of alkenes. Physical properties of alkenes. First three members are gases, next 14 are liquids and the higher ones are solids. Alkenes are nonpolar. They are insoluble in water and soluble in non-polar solvents like benzene, ether, chloroform, and they have less density than water. The boiling point of alkene is very nearly the same as that of alkane with the same carbon skeleton. Chemical properties. Alkenes are more reactive than the alkanes. Why? Because they have pi electrons. Alkenes mostly show addition reaction in which the electrophiles add on the carbon to carbon double bond to form addition products. Number one chemical property, that is addition of hydrogen. When alkene is treated with dihydrogen gas in presence of finely divided nickel at higher temperature, and if you are treating hydrogen to alkene in presence of palladium or platinum at room temperature, alkanes will form. So when ethene is treated with hydrogen in presence of palladium, you will get ethane. Addition of halogens to alkenes. Halogens like bromine or chlorine add up to alkene to form vicinal dihalides. Vicinal dihalides means the halogen atoms are present to adjacent carbon atoms. For example, if ethene is treated with bromine water in presence of carbon tetrachloride at room temperature, you will get 1,2-dibromoethane. This is vicinal dihalide. Or if you are seeing propene here, propene is added up to bromine water, which is red brown color solution in carbon tetrachloride. You will get 1,2-dibromopropane. Earlier the bromine water color, which was red brown, will be disappeared after the addition of bromine molecule into the alkene. This is the test. This is the reaction by which we can test the presence of double bond in a compound. This is also called bromine water test, and by this test the double bond used to be detected in any unknown compound given to us. Now addition of hydrogen halides. Hydrogen halides like HCl, HBr, HI add up to alkenes to form alkyl halides. And for example, if ethene is treated with HCl, you will get chloroethane. Addition of HBr to unsymmetrical alkenes. This addition used to happen according to Markovnikov rule. This kind of addition will happen in unsymmetrical alkanes, and they used to produce two kinds of products. One product is the major product and another one is minor product. The reactivity of hydrogen halide is this one. HI is more reactive than HBr and HBr is more reactive than HCl. Markovnikov rule. This rule states that the negative part of the addendum or the attacking reagent get attached to the carbon atom which possess less number of hydrogen atoms. See, reaction between propene and HBr according to Markovnikov rule. According to Markovnikov rule, the more negative part of the substance, that is bromine here in HBr, will go to that carbon atom where you will see there would be less number of hydrogen atom. We are seeing the second carbon atom is having only one hydrogen atom and third carbon atom is having two hydrogen atom which are bonded with double covalent bond. So 2-bromopropane would be the major product in the reaction, and 1-bromopropane would be the minor product in the reaction according to Markovnikov rule. Anti-Markovnikov addition or peroxide effect or Kharash effect. In presence of peroxide, addition of HBr to unsymmetrical alkenes like propene takes place contrary to Markovnikov rule. For example, if propene is there and HBr is added to the compound in presence of benzoic peroxide, we will get major product where you will see the bromo heteroatom. It is attached to the carbon atom which has more number of hydrogen earlier, and this is the major product, and the other one like 2-bromopropene would be the minor product. Now addition of sulfuric acid. Cold and concentrated sulfuric acid adds to alkene in accordance to the Markovnikov rule. And what will happen in this reaction? This is the propene, this is sulfuric acid structure. Hydrogen sulfate group will be bonded to that carbon atom where you will see less number of hydrogen atom, and the another carbon atom will be bonded with hydrogen atom which is coming from sulfuric acid. If alkyl hydrogen sulfate is diluted with water and heat is also provided to the solution, it will convert it into its corresponding alcohol having the same alkyl group as the original alkyl hydrogen sulfate is obtained. This is the excellent method for manufacturing alcohols at large scale. Like ethyl hydrogen sulfate is hydrolyzed in the presence of heat or temperature is provided to the reaction. It will be converted into ethanol and H2SO4 will also be formed. Similarly, if isopropyl hydrogen sulfate is heated with water, you will get propane 2-ol and sulfuric acid as a byproduct. Addition of water. Alkenes react with acidified water to form alcohols, and this reaction is happened according to Markovnikov rule. For example, propene is reacting with acidified water, then the carbon atom which is having less number of hydrogen atom, that carbon will be added up with OH group and the other carbon will be bonded with hydrogen atom coming from water. So propanol 2 would be the major product and propanol 1 or propanol would be the minor product. Ozonolysis. Ozonolysis of alkenes involves the addition of ozone molecule to alkene to form ozonide, and then cleavage of ozonide by zinc and water, we will get smaller products. For example, if you have propene, first ozone molecule will be added up to propene to give you an ozonide, and then on treatment with zinc dust and water, we will get formaldehyde and acetaldehyde along with zinc oxide. Similarly, if we are taking ethene, on addition with ozone in carbon tetrachloride solution, we get ethene ozonide, and on further reaction with water and zinc dust, we get formaldehyde and zinc oxide. This is the same reaction which we have seen earlier. Propene with ozone, we will get propene ozonide. On further reaction with zinc and water, we will get acetaldehyde and formaldehyde, which are also known as ethanol and methanol respectively, with zinc oxide. Now hydroboration, oxidation of alkene. Alkene with diborane in tetrahydrofuran solvent undergo hydroboration to form trialkyl borane, and which on oxidation with alkaline peroxide they used to give us primary alcohol. Suppose this is ethene and diborane is treated to ethene in tetrahydrofuran solution, we get trialkyl borane or triethyl borane, which on alkaline peroxide treatment or on treatment with alkaline peroxide they will give us ethyl alcohol and BOH3 as a byproduct. Similarly, if you are taking propene, diborane will give you tripropyl borane, and on treatment with alkaline peroxide you will get propanol and the byproduct, which is BOH whole thrice. Polymerization, another chemical property. Polymerization is the process in which large number of small molecules join together and form very large molecule with repeating units called polymerization. Thus, compound having large molecules made number of repeating small unit is called polymer, and the simple compound forming the repeating units in polymer is called as monomer. Like ethene is undergoing polymerization, you will get polyethene. Ethene is monomer here and polyethene is polymer. Hydroxylation, this is also called Bayer's test. Alkenes on reaction with cold, dilute and alkaline solution of potassium permanganate gives vicinal glycol. Potassium permanganate solution is purple in color. On treatment with alkene, the purple color disappears. This is also a test by which we can identify the unsaturation in a given compound. So this is the alkaline potassium permanganate, which give us nascent oxygen in aqueous solution, and on treatment with ethene we used to get ethene glycol. Oxidation, acidic potassium permanganate oxidize alkenes to ketones or acid depending upon the nature of alkene and experimental condition. Like if you are taking propene and you put acidified potassium permanganate into it, you will get acetic acid and carbon dioxide. Whereas if you are taking 2-methyl butene, you will be getting ketone, which is propanol, and ethanoic acid also. Uses of alkenes. Alkenes are used as the starting material for the preparation of alkyl halides, alcohols, aldehydes, ketone, etc. Ethene and propene are used to manufacture polyethylene, polypropylene, and these are found in polythene bags, toys, bottles, etc. And the last one is ethene is used for artificial ripening of fruits such as mangoes. So this is all about alkenes. Thank you.